All right, welcome back to Radio Respawn, my little chickadees. Hopefully you guys are normal chickadees and not swollen, mutated, veiny, bulbous, irradiated chickadees from the plains of Chernobyl. We're opening this shit up talking about radiation, motherfuckers. Russian radiation. That's real man's radiation. Metro last lights out. Whoa!
Boom! I'm excited to talk about this game.
Yeah, let's talk about it.
We have, before we start on our Chernobyl fetish.
Yeah.
APL and I have a Chernobyl fetish. It's weird.
Yeah.
Let's introduce our panel on the greatest AM late night radio talk show on
morning,
YouTube
everybody. Good morning.
in the world.
Yeah.
Good morning.
Afternoon.
Yeah.
I'm glad you made it out, Kale. 3 a.m.
Good evening. Good afternoon.
It's always 2 a.m.
There's no traffic.
on radio.
Oh,
2.
Yeah.
Oh,
no traffic.
really?
Always.
You should have a little clock.
That's right. It just is busted and stuck at 2 a.m. Let's start down there.
My name is Juan, also known as Swing, senior producer for Machinima Respawn.
my name is Kale, also known as Swing. I'm from ETC.
And I'm APL, also known as Swing, and I'm a producer and host on Machinima Respawn.
And I'm Sark.
Come on. You really
Also known as
You don't want to
2 a.m.
You can tell who the real Swing is and who are the poorly cloned imitators by the eyelashes.
right away.
that?
Yeah.
You know that same trait actually is passed through dog breeds. If you look at dog breeds, like the purebred, no, it sounds like really negative, but no, dogs that are like really purebred have like really defined eyelashes and like they have lips and stuff. And a
Is
lot
that
of other
because a
dogs
lot
are
of like real low income Hispanic families have fucked dogs? I don't know. I'm just because it gets to be hard times down in
man.
the equatorial regions of the world.
Last time I was on, there was a lot of
Jesus Christ.
racism. I'm glad to see nothing's changed.
No,
Right?
of course.
Yeah. No.
That's not what I meant. I was.
We wouldn't have it any other way.
Racist respawn, radio
Yep.
race. I don't know. We'll figure it out.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, let's talk about another region of the world that we can hopefully stereotype in a whole bunch of different ways.
Yeah.
This is Metro Last Light, brand new sequel to Metro 2033. Dark, shitty, post-apocalyptic Russia, I guess. This is Russia versus Soviet Union. I don't know. Who knows what it is at that point, but game's out. Have you guys sampled it yet?
I have not yet.
No?
No.
I've been looking over Wood's shoulder. Cause
Yeah, Wood's
Wood's been playing.
Yeah.
Looks badass.
Playing Blood Dragon.
I installed it, but I haven't played it yet either. I'm amped though because I'm a fan of the series, even before it was sort of Metro. You know what I mean?
Right.
That sounds really fan before it was Metro.
Before Metro was the term.
I was fan before it was popping collars on its short sleeve polos. Yeah, so let's start with this one. Developed by 4A Games in the Ukraine.
Yeah.
Published by Deep Silver, who are, I'd say, probably best known for Dead Island. Deep Silver as a publisher.
Yeah.
Didn't they also
recently.
do Saints Row? I don't know.
Who knows? Who knows? But
is the
the
THQ.
synopsis is game set in the post-apocalyptic future. It's following
Moscow.
like in the same within a year of, because this was originally called Metro 2034. It's in Moscow. Mankind struggling to survive beneath the ruins in the tunnels of the metro, away from the deadly threats outside. I'm going to go, just judging by Metro 2033, I'm going to say that the threats are not all outside.
No.
Probably
Sure,
the
there's a
tunnels
lot
of
in
the
tunnels.
the tunnels
yes.
of the post-apocalyptic Moscow are
Goddamn.
probably not the
Terrible.
best still.
Metro 2033 was a game that like didn't get much
Underrated.
notoriety or love.
Totally.
But I remember I played it like 3 years after it came out, and I loaded it up, and I at that point had a machine that was pretty good, so I was able to max everything out. Obviously, if I played at the time, I would have been able to.
Right.
It looks fantastic. Like a lot of the scripted sequences are pretty amazing. The atmosphere is awesome. The combat was really fun, and it was scary. It was dark. It's a scary game, like really unsettling. Maybe not a true horror game in that sense, obviously, because but it has a lot of vibes of like some of the creepy sections of like Half-Life 2 or any of those kind of games.
Yeah,
Like,
a lot of creepiness.
Just really well done.
They were still using 2033 as like benchmarking for like
exactly.
graphics cards.
Yeah, for a long time.
Yeah, and it's available. So it's available multi-platform. I asked Wood before we hopped into the studio here if we were just getting like an elevated PS3 Xbox sort of port. Yeah, I hate to use that term because people don't really port too much anymore. But he said that it's just a vibe thing.
Yeah.
does it feel like a console game that you're playing with a mouse and keyboard? And he said it feels like a PC game. So because even like BioShock Infinite, it felt good. But even the UI and the way you navigate like your menus and stuff,
Circular,
it felt
total
console.
Yeah. He mentioned that it seemed like Stalker to him. Like he said, it reminds me of Stalker. But
so we should mention this. This is
touch my hands.
4A Games, the Ukrainians. You guys cool? Or?
I don't know. They're touching each other's hands.
it was an accident.
Kale is a little near his phone. So.
No, I would just,
I'll just take this and bring
kind of think you did
I
it.
like Kale's just like, don't touch me.
Don't fucking touch me.
Yeah, but he touched it in like one of those like a gray. It was a graze,
Just grazed it.
It was
Sorry.
It's nice to be
Swing's got
loved.
that luscious sort of like hemlock grove on.
I've noticed when he wears.
Which we should. I'm really curious about. I haven't watched it yet.
I heard it's shitty though.
Yeah. Let's
I don't
stay
really
on.
care.
Why are we all ADD here? Okay, so this Metro Last Light is from 4A Games. 4A Games was sort of started with people from what is it, GSC Game World, something like I think that's what they're called. That was the dudes who made Stalker, and there's a trilogy of Stalker games. And if you have a PC, I recommend going and checking it out and getting the Stalker Perfect mod or whatever to really
Complete Stalker Complete.
This shit is hardcore.
That game is unforgiving as
Stalker
fuck.
Complete is fucking ridiculous.
Hardcore. It's sort of, I'm not going to say Fallout 3 copied it, but there are elements of the sort of world of Fallout that are definitely in Stalker, in that it's like... it's way even harder in Stalker because you can't aim. The dudes take so much damage. Ammo is so scarce. I mean, you can aim, but the spread on the gun is like meant to be realistic.
It's like real life.
Yeah,
It's like
brutally
you're not gonna hit
difficult.
that guy from 100 feet with a pistol.
But I'm excited. Plus, we have a Chernobyl fetish, which we can talk about now, and
All
which
right.
Stalker takes place in.
Do you guys remember when you guys first realized that you both had a Chernobyl fetish?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I was jerking off to the picture of the
Elephant's foot.
Yeah.
Yep. Same
you
here.
too?
Same here. Yeah.
Yeah, and
Wow.
Literally
I
real
was
thing,
unfortunate.
Harmony.
Unfortunately, I was sitting in the same room.
Yeah. Well,
What were you jerking
It
off
was
to?
at
Well,
work.
that's we won't have to go into that.
That's all that happens in the respawn office.
Yeah, Elephant's Foot, the name of a formation formed by melted reactor material.
It's fucking crazy.
And it's oozed out of this pipe and form. I'm not kidding. Google Elephant's Foot.
Yeah,
Literally.
it's pretty
It'll
crazy.
get
And
you
if
going.
it doesn't come up immediately, just add Chernobyl. And then pants off, triggers free, man.
And then if you really want to have some fun, take off the safe search.
That's right. That's right. Well, I should
got
always
some
be
real
off by
FNC.
default. If not, you're doing it wrong.
Open up a new tab and just start looking at that while you're listening to this, right?
Also, the wiki on Chernobyl, delightful read, down to the millisecond, bullet points of what happened.
Yeah.
It's pretty epic. How do we get?
I don't-
What
we're
the
really
fuck
going
is
deep.
going
I
on
don't know.
today with our?
We're going all over the place.
So
Well, actually, no, this is
Metro
still
Last
related.
Light's out. Can't wait to play
Yeah,
it.
excited. Speaking of BioShock Infinite, segue? Yeah.
Good segue.
Thanks.
Yeah, we were at lunch not so very long ago.
Yeah.
And I was saying that I had some issues with the ending of BioShock.
Yeah.
I don't have issues with it being, by the way, spoiler alert.
Oh God, yeah. We need to right now. If
We decided that by now it's safe. If you haven't, if you don't want the ending spoiled, then you should definitely.
Just throw your computer out the window.
Can we annotate on this
We'll
radio
have to.
broadcast?
We'll have like
Point after?
insert a card that's like stop here.
Right
Spoilers.
now.
Yep.
Okay.
Okay.
I had some issues. And not because it's hard to understand. I respect what they were doing, but
yeah.
I felt like there was shit that it was a little bit of a leap. And so I wanted to talk about it with you guys and with all our listeners, because we'll, even though the conversation's not live, we'll
Right.
read your comments and maybe we'll learn a little from each other. So anyway, finished BioShock? Yeah.
Yes,
okay.
yes,
all right.
yes,
so-
yes, yes.
What'd you think of the ending? Let's just start right there.
Who wants to start?
I was a little unsatisfied.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, but it wasn't bad. It wasn't terrible. But I kind of feel like it was a little too easy to.
It was closed too cleanly, or
no,
what?
no. But just like it was almost like they took kind of an easier route out. Especially considering the whole build-up.
I have no idea what you're talking about. If that was easy, then I am a I'm a fucking Special Olympic
I don't
bronze medalist. Like,
I don't mean like it was easy for me, but I just mean like the story, the way it wrapped up.
How would you have wrapped
too convenient.
it up, though? I guess, too convenient?
Oh, okay. It's like, oh, it was a dream all along, that kind of thing?
Yeah, kind of like that. Like if they were kind of flirting with that.
I wish we could briefly discuss what the ending was, but that's like impossible.
Well, do you want to
like
we
try
can discuss it?
and
Comstock allows Booker.
I brought a vision.
Okay,
here we
this
go.
is going to be good.
This will be good.
So
we're talking about the ending?
In the beginning.
So here's Booker, right? Booker?
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're just for all you radio listeners out there.
So
Kale
he's
has a
ready.
whiteboard, and we're just going to keep track of it.
So Booker, right here.
He gets on the boat.
That's the. Oh, you want to start from there?
Yeah.
Wow.
Okay, so Booker.
Here, I'll just boil down the whole story for you. Booker gets on a boat.
Okay, boat.
All right. He's after a girl.
Elizabeth.
Okay. Yep. So he goes to Colombia.
Okay, Columbia.
Yep.
What am I
Yeah,
doing?
keep going.
Yeah, just keep
this is
tracing the
perfect.
arrows. That's good.
Yeah.
This is good.
He fights a policeman. God.
Policeman.
That was a huge
That's
moment.
a huge moment, yeah.
Then he decides he doesn't like Jesus, so no Jesus.
Oh, no.
So can I do a cross, but like cross?
Cross out the
Yeah.
cross. Yeah, I got
Yep.
it. I got it.
I totally understand. I'll totally remember what that means. And then the credits roll. Really? Is that why you're so confused about the ending? Okay, so that's our jumping off point.
From there.
No, so
But it all starts at a baptism, which you don't see till the end.
right.
Which is
the true
so basic.
start.
Yeah, basically what happens is it's like that's the catalyst for all these different timelines starting, and that's what all of this is about. Is it's all about timelines and alternate timelines and flipping of coins, meaning different, leading to different things.
Yeah.
And that's easy.
Well, no. I think the explanation.
By the way,
that
this is literally
explanation
how our lunch conversation
it always
sounded.
goes
Just
like
like
this.
a bunch of. I wish I was somebody I didn't know, and I was a fly on the wall, like sitting at the next table, going, "Oh my God, what are these? What country are these guys from?" Go ahead.
But when did that all evolve? I just kind of feel like at the very end they tell you this is what was going on the whole time.
Well, it has to do with like the rifts too, like the rifts, and then the twins. Do you remember the twins?
Yeah,
The
but-
Lutece twins.
Yeah, but the rifts or the twins never really hint to that. At least I don't feel that. I mean, the only time was when you go forward and then you come back in time, and now the
I think your argument's falling apart. I'm going to be 100% honest. And I think
This is
When there's
this
a-
is simultaneously the worst and best topic we've ever discussed. This is going to be just so much.
What happens when you talk about multiple dimensions and fucking timelines and all that bullshit?
So it is string
Just
theory.
go to bullshit. So you don't like the alternate.
No, I
you don't
do,
like
but
the
it's-
timeline.
it's-
Swing. Just say you don't like the
it's
timeline.
convoluted.
You don't like
Get the whiteboard back up here because I lost track of where we were. God.
well,
Yeah. Okay. All right. I got it. You can put it away. All right. Yeah. So here's my confusion. If at the end Booker decides he doesn't want Jesus, he decides not to be baptized.
Right.
The baptism eventually leads to him becoming Comstock, right?
yes. Yeah. Yes.
So by deciding not only not to be baptized but to be killed,
yes.
he blocks the existence of Comstock
altogether.
How in a universe of infinite possibilities, how does that one event block all eventual Comstocks?
I got your answer.
Okay.
Because the way the alternate universes are created start from universes don't just happen. There has to be a catalyst for that universe happening. So
Okay.
by him cutting that possibility of those alternate universes from ever existing, that ends it there. Comstock can exist in alternate universes because there is always a launching point. There's always there's an X and Y, and he just removed the Y variable from that.
But there's always going to be since you're dealing with multiple timelines. There's going to be one where he doesn't.
That's what I thought.
He doesn't deny. He doesn't stop from being baptized. Even
Well,
even if you're going into it, you're basically saying, by your reasoning, you're saying that it is going to happen. Because if you go in and you stop the catalyst, if you stop the catalyst, then there is a rip where you don't.
See, this
stop
is
the
where it
catalyst.
starts hurting.
That's how it always works.
Because Comstock.
It hurts so much to. All right,
I have to explain it to
stay with
myself.
us, listeners.
Yeah, just stay with us. Stay with us.
Because Comstock was baptized and found religion, then he started believing in becoming a shepherd of his own. So by Booker not accepting religion at all, by choosing death, he doesn't become that sort of, guy.
And also, we're not considering the whole fact. This is the other thing.
That he was in a loop.
Well,
Or no,
yeah,
go ahead.
he was in a loop. He's okay. So there's a point at which when the Lutece
I
twins
just felt something burst.
Are you gonna bleed? Oh god.
Yeah.
Oh god.
Go ahead.
So there's a point, if you remember, where he comes across the twins and they flip a coin. They ask him heads or tails, right?
Yeah.
And he says heads, I think. And they mark it. And if you look on the board behind them, 100 times before he has called heads, and 100 times there has been not a single tails. It's one or the other. I think it's heads every time.
Mm-hmm.
So it's implying that this loop has been going on over and over and over again, and they're obviously taking bets on, this is the loop. They're going to break it this time.
Okay.
So he has been in this endless loop, but all these things happened, and he was able to actually get Elizabeth this time, which is
How did
breaking the
they-
cycle. Because every other time Comstock
Lutece
stops him.
twins-
Yeah,
Yeah,
100
wins.
times before Comstock stops him, and another Booker from an alternate universe does it again and again.
Also, Booker is Elizabeth's father.
Yes, well.
So the Lutece twins are the same person. Their
Yes.
images. So that
in different
means,
Also, Comstock
that
is
means
Elizabeth's father.
There's a chick version of me
Yeah.
where the chromosomes.
Yeah.
That means there's like
Mrs. Sark.
transgender.
No, it's just a real
No, not transgender.
No.
Just chicks.
transdimensional gender.
There's me with
Rift gender.
Rift gender.
Would you fuck your own self if you could open up a rift?
yeah.
Okay, just checking.
Yeah, because you
And
think,
Chernobyl,
yeah, you
though.
think like through masturbation, no one knows.
Oh, like, yeah,
no
you
one
would
knows
know.
better. Fuck, an alternate dimensional female version of me.
That's Dunsky right
It would
there.
be like tantric, but for eternity.
Oh, man.
My game would be called Tantric Infinite, and it would just be me fucking my female self.
God, it's horrible.
I like how to get away from how complicated and okay, yeah, it's.
But this is how you feel
Well,
after beating
I'm
it.
glad
Hold on,
we-
I have 6 pages.
I'm
that
glad we
explains
put
all
this
this very
to rest.
distinctly. 6
No,
pages.
so yeah,
in an
so
endless loop. There's no way to get out of it.
APL found an awesome art. If you just Google BioShock
the first
Infinite ending
Mondo put it here too.
explained,
It's
you'll
a
find this link.
Venture
This
Beat
dude-
article by Michael Kyle, and he actually has a blog too. I would recommend going to his blog and finding the second. There's this article and then there's a second Q&A he does, and then read all of his Q&A stuff, and then go to the 1,000 comments and read the 1,000 replies because there's people in the comments that actually say a lot of stuff that he doesn't even say in here.
Like homework.
It goes
Pretty
deep.
fascinating read.
But
it
right
didn't
here,
really
this is what I would.
satisfy me.
This
Okay.
is what I would argue. Real quick, sorry. This is what I would argue. The fact that there is this much discussion and this article got to me, this is a perfect example of a success, right? People debate this, and I don't think there's always a definitive answer for all of this stuff, right? It's like the ending of certain movies that are somewhat open-ended. It's like it could have gone a couple different ways, and I think that in itself, for how good the experience is of playing BioShock Infinite, when I was done with it, I was like, holy fuck, I don't understand everything, but that was a fucking experience, right? I think most people felt like that.
I do.
And then to have all this long tail of people writing these, and the discussion of like 1,000 people being like, okay, no, I think it's this.
I admire
that's cool.
the ambition
Yeah.
to do a game
That
based
big.
on something as intense as like multi-universe
Right.
string theory
Right.
is pretty dope. I feel like after I went and saw Looper, and I was like, oh, that was really smart and well done. And then reading the articles about how like Rian Johnson, the director, talked about or addressed paradigms, whatever, paradoxes, paradises.
Paradoxize?
Paradoses, I think.
Paradoxes, like little winter
Paradise.
Paradise?
He discusses
That'd be
paradise.
adorable.
I was like, yeah,
Paradise?
that's pretty intense. So, yeah, I'm glad we
Wow,
got
we
that
solved
figured
it.
out.
Yeah,
I feel
so
like
there you
I
go, there's your
understand the whole
answer.
thing completely.
Yeah.
All right, you guys rock as usual. This has been easily Kale. I'm sorry you had to come on for the most confusing episode of radio.
I don't even know
yet.
where I am after this. Am I? What universe?
I gotta go read Kyle's article again.
Yeah.
Because
Is there a rift where there's an episode of Radio Respawn where we didn't talk about this?
You know, this is
Gotta
what
be,
I
right?
I want Michael Kyle. I think he's from the UK. He needs to come on and we need to interview him about this blog post. I need him to explain.
I don't think I want that.
No?
No.
Okay. Sorry, Michael.
The game makes me feel inferior enough. Having that dude on would just make me sad.
And he has a British accent, so you know it's gonna be
Before we go, let's go down the line. What are you playing, watching, or in Swing's case, I'm sure, reading?
I'm about to play Metro 20. Metro.
Last Light.
Last Light. I was gonna say 2034. I'm about to start playing that. Reading.
Yeah.
Here we go.
We all love what.
Come on.
Book list.
Come on.
Book called by Edward J. Epstein called The Hollywood Economist.
Okay.
And it's pretty cool. It goes into like everything that goes into producing a movie and the whole film industry and television as well. It talks about finances and
Sounds interesting,
some of the
actually.
crooked stuff that goes on, and also some of like the just how it breaks down from like movie theaters and how they spend their money and how they make their money even to move actual films.
Is he
So it's
talking in
interesting.
there about how Batman never made money, supposedly?
Yeah, he
Comic
talks
books, all
about
that?
and he breaks down why. I forgot which movie he hasn't gotten to it yet, but he mentions it real quick. But there's a movie he actually breaks it down and he says why this movie's still in the red.
I know a couple of
But
the
it's-
Harry Potters also.
Yeah,
even
they-
though they all push $1 billion, you
Still
can
red.
twist it around in the books so that
Totally.
it looks like it
So
never
made any money, and there's
Yeah.
tons of
Wow.
people who get screwed out of making anything off of it.
Yeah.
I can't even mock that. That sounds interesting.
No, I'm not kind of
Well
disappointed.
done, Swing.
Well reading.
Does he have like a book club? Do like
He
should.
viewers?
Oh yeah,
Do they read 'em?
people
They
check
read
the
'em?
books out. Yeah. Kale, what are you up to?
Quite the influence.
Playing, watching these days?
Playing Blood Dragon.
Oh,
Yeah.
Still haven't played that.
So
yet.
no, me
good.
neither. I've been watching videos
doing the
online.
middle finger every
Delicious.
second time
Every
you
fucking you just go like this.
I've been watching XCal play. It's
Oh,
pretty.
nice.
It's pretty.
Yeah.
So that
entertaining.
middle finger is actually frustrating though, because you'll go to like it's the same button as like knifing a guy, so you'll run up to a guy to knife him and just go, and you're like no, and he's like shooting you in the head. But yeah, I'm trying to start that one, play it to completion, get everything,
nice.
every and all things, because it's kind of small, $15. It's apparently only about 7 hours of gameplay if you just play through straight.
APL.
What am I playing? League of Legends. I'm sorry, I told you. I'm gonna stop though. I've decided recently.
you're not.
No, I really am. I had a moment the other day where I was sitting there playing it, and I was like, "There's so many other things I could be doing that are
Oh,
more
wow.
productive." I
Holy
did.
Had a
shit.
moment
I had
of clarity.
I had a
my
moment of
God.
clarity. It was like I was outside of myself, looking at myself playing, and I was like, "The game's fun, but it's not that fun." So,
Wow.
all that to say, hopefully, we are going to be playing some games together. So, I'm
Yeah.
hoping about that.
Yeah.
We'll do some more of that. But yeah, pretty much League, a little bit of Counter-Strike, and what have I been watching? Not much, man. Just trolling around on Netflix. Started watching. I went back and was watching Freaks and Geeks on Netflix.
Oh.
So
I like Freaks and Geeks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
so.
And what have I been playing, watching? I've been playing like classic 8 and 16-bit games on my modded PS3. So I've just been going back to the Kid Icarus's, the Kid
Nice.
Icarai, the Kid Icarus.
Icarai. Yeah.
Icarus.
Icarus.
Ikaru.
Icarus.
Ika-
Icarus.
Ika-
Kid Icarus.
Ikamoose.
And channeling my inner angry video game nerd.
Nice.
Going back and playing all those. And then watching. I've been just going through the theaters these days with all my free time.
Yeah.
Just keeping up on all the flicks.
When you go to, like, the
painting
box
games.
office,
I haven't
it'll
seen
be
Great Gatsby yet.
No,
Haven't seen that yet.
No, I haven't either.
That's okay.
I figure
Don't
going.
plan to.
I like those.
We're not. Yeah,
But-
whatever.
I'm
I
not.
gotta take,
like all the
I gotta
party
take
scenes.
Mrs. Sark to that one because otherwise it'll be weird. Like, I'll have one for the Great Gatsby.
By yourself.
I'll
You're
be
going
wearing
in
like
full
my
suit,
derby.
your
One
top
for the
hat.
Gatsby, please. Yeah, that's what I've been up to though. Just creeping on my local movie theater.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, I want to say one more last thing about BioShock Infinite. I'm just kidding. I do, though, but you know what? We don't have time.
What we need to do is just sit down and have a dramatic reading of his article.
We do. We do.
We don't have time for that.
You know what the
if I
AD
don't
stands
turn this
for?
show off right now,
On
we're
Booker's
getting
hand?
We're getting kicked out of here.
Stands for Anna DeWitt.
Hey, can you tell us
Really?
more about that
Yeah.
book?
Just a book.
Yeah, tell us a little bit more
AD
about
is
that.
Anna DeWitt.
Anna DeWitt, which
I
is
hadn't
the
heard-
name of his kid.
Yeah, Anna.
Oh,
You didn't know that?
Yeah.
that would
I
just
thought it
like
was
enter
Anno
my...
Domini.
Oh.
Amino Dominis.
Something like that.
And did you actually
No,
did you
is
all
it
watch
Emma
past the credits to the true ending?
Huh? What? Oh, sorry. Oh, now I.
Now you can hear us.
Hey, yeah, both
I was
the
wondering why you looked
conversation.
so confused.
We're never stopping the show.
No,
never.
never stopping.
We're having a sit-in right now.
But no, did you watch past the credits for the ending of the baby crying in the crib? This is
No, sorry. If
then he
we're
goes,
gonna keep
Anna?
talking about the ending of BioShock, I am stopping the show. God damn it.
I love it so much.
That's it for this show, little chickadees. Sorry for shouting in your ears. Gail, motherfucking show is longer than BioShock Infinite. This is Radio Infinite, sons of bitches. Hope you have a good night. Whoa! It's so creepy. Oh, God. You're gonna...
Oh, watch out, the light.
Oh!
Depression, back pain, trouble remembering things.
Sounds like you need ETC. Take one part entertainment, fresh technology. Get some culture in there, a whole bunch of culture. And just like that, you have